he was as a human being.
And something else which is unheard of today. We were talking about how things were then and how they're different now, and how things could have been helpful to him that exist now. Something exists now that seems to be unthinkable in the 70s, at least with Elvis, and that was Elvis was not publicly political. He got on stage to entertain 100%, not 50%.
We could use a lot more of that right now. Everybody would stop being so political. Right? God bless him for that. And you're absolutely right. And he was adamant and stuck by that. And people would try, to get him to make a statement or an endorsement. And he said, my goal in life and my role in life is to entertain people. I'm not here to use my platform to influence or persuade people. He said, they make up their own minds. And he didn't take any deductions on his taxes. I mean, he said, it's an honor to live in this country. He was very patriotic, paid 50% across the board. I don't know anybody who does that now, or before or since,
Just no deductions, the full amount, because he said, I don't want to get in trouble with the IRS. He wore a cross and a Star of David and every other religious
Egyptian
symbol.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to miss heaven on account of a technicality.
So yeah, a guy came up to him one time and said, Elvis, you got the Star of David, you got the cross, the crucifix, you got the Egyptian ankh, and I don't even know what that other thing is you're wearing. He says, man, are you confused? Elvis says, no, man, I just don't want to miss heaven on a technicality. So he had it all covered. And he also read books about every religion, Buddhism and Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, and he honored every religion and said there's beauty and truth in everybody's faith. If we could have a president like Elvis, that would just honor everyone and because we're all in this together and everybody's, and I remember hearing a president one time say, sometimes your fate in life is just latitude and longitude. It's where you're born and what you're taught to believe. So you have to respect other people's beliefs, and he did. He was a great shining example of that as well as a lot of other things.
Yeah, and we were just talking about the crosses and the crucifixes, and jewelry was such a part of, and when you see the birthplace, you will understand, I think, even more than you do, why wearing that beauty was so important for him, to show that, and you were able to kind of participate in that and help even design pieces.
That Maltese cross that he wore on stage a lot. But it's true, and he always would give me this admonition, because I would sometimes put things away, and he said, honey, wear this, I want you to wear this jewelry. And I think about it now because I really keep most of my jewelry in a safe deposit box, the jewelry that he gave me. And I think about it because he said, an object is not beautiful if no one sees it. And it's so logical and so obvious, but it's something that you don't think about, Yes, I was the recipient of really beautiful gifts. Like I remember one time he walked in to the airplane and he had this beautiful blue diamond, and it was surrounded by round diamonds and then baguette diamonds set in platinum. And he gave it to me, and I said, what's this for? It's not my birthday, it's not Christmas, it's not anything. And he said, it's Tuesday and I love you. So where do you go from there?
You had, because Vernon paid all the bills. Vernon's the only one that ever really saw what it was. And you had an idea for a design, and you worked with Lowell on it. And
Lowell's
you had an interesting way, because you had Elvis's credit card, so in effect, he was going to be paying for it. But you wanted to do it a certain way, and I loved this in the book, when you had a way to ask Elvis for permission.
Right, to buy something for him.
Yeah.
It was Christmas time, and I wanted to design a beautiful diamond cross for him to wear on stage and just, to always have with him. And so I designed this beautiful Maltese cross that Lowell made, and we worked together on that. And Lowell's here. Hi, Lowell. He's an amazing guy. And so it was a Maltese cross with pave diamonds, my birthstone, which is emeralds, for May, and his was garnets, January, and an eternity ring around the two hearts, binding them together, and the hearts were turned on their side with a little diamond connecting them at the tip. So, and it's engraved, Merry Christmas. But anyway, I designed this thing, and I thought, okay, I got to go and ask about, it's going to be an expenditure, so I have to just say, and Elvis never would have even seen it, but I wanted to let him know.
Vernon was going to say something.
But yeah, then I wanted to just make sure it was okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't ask Vernon, didn't ask Mr. Presley. So I just said, honey, I've got something special that I want to have made for you at Christmas. He said, what is it? And I said, well, I don't want to tell you what it is, but it's kind of expensive, and I just wanted to clear it with you first, because I think you'll really love it, but it is expensive. Well, how much money are we talking, honey? I said, $25,000. He said, $25,000? And I said, now doesn't $8,000 sound better? And he started laughing. He was like rolling around laughing, and he said, honey, is that what it's going to cost, $8,000? I said, yeah, is that okay? He said, of course it is. You can spend anything you want to on me.
The 25 would have been okay too, but well played.
Well
played. That's pretty smart. You were also, there are so many famous items in Graceland, but you are responsible for
stand up and show them the
some
beautiful peacocks.
Yes. Guess who's responsible for these stained glasses?
Yeah, I designed those and had them put into the music room when we were redecorating Graceland, because Elvis was, let's face it, he could strut like a peacock. He was this beautiful, colorful, magnificent being. Yeah. So he always reminded me of a peacock, So I thought that would be a beautiful symbol for the music room. And then the climbing roses in the front door, I designed those and had those put in the P above the front door. And he wanted the downstairs living room and dining room to look like our bedroom, which was gold and red and black. So it was like a bordello. But we did it together, and we decorated the dining room and the living room, and it really did look a lot like a bordello, but it was his taste, and it was over the top, and it was red and vibrant and, eye-catching. But they put it back to the more modest and tasteful white, which it is now. But I loved seeing how flamboyant his taste was. And we did the jungle room together. He wanted, I remember when we were, I'm sure a lot of you have been there to Graceland, and when you go down into the basement rooms, into the pool room and the TV room downstairs, which I also decorated, but in the jungle room, he said, honey, I want you to put carpet going up the wall on the ceiling. I want it to look like moss is growing, and this is we're out like in the jungle, or we're out in the forest, and it's all lush and green. I said, you sure about that, honey? Carpet up the wall? Yeah, honey. I said, I want it to look like moss growing. So that's why we have carpet on those. It's still the same carpet. I saw it yesterday. I was going, oh my God.
That's amazing to me, and I